Hey guys, Coach Dan from FitnessVIP.com, and we're in front of my whiteboard here, and we're going to kind of debunk the myth of the fat burning zone. You guys get on your treadmills, you get on your ellipticals, you get on your bikes, and you see this fat burning zone. And there's the fat burning zone and the cardio zone, where you should keep your heart rate based on your age and all that fun stuff. So let's first of all let's take a look at the common sense of the fat burning zone. The cardio zone is higher than the fat burning zone, which means that in order to burn more fat, you have to exercise easier. Okay, you follow along there. The easier you exercise, the more fat you burn, which in my book, that means that you guys right now sitting in front of your computer watching this are burning the most fat because you're doing nothing, right? Makes sense? The easier you work, the more fat you burn, according to the fat burning zone. Now, that's true, but it's also a complete fallacy. What the fat burning zone refers to is the percentage of calories that you're burning from fat. Okay? When you're working in the fat burning zone, it doesn't mean that you're burning more fat. It means that of the calories that you're burning, a higher percentage are fat. Okay? The highest percentage of calories from fat are burnt when you're sleeping. When you're at complete rest, you're burning a ton of calories, or the highest percentage of your calories from fat, but you're not burning a whole lot of calories. That's what you need to keep in mind. So let's take a real quick look here. I'm going to draw a couple diagrams for you, and bear with my artistic ability here. Now the first thing that we're going to draw is, here's a nice little baseline for you. And here is sleeping. Okay, I hope you guys can see this. This is your sleeping metabolism. This is exercising in the fat burning zone. And over here is high intensity training. So what we're going to do now, these are the total calories being burned. When you're sleeping, when you're at complete rest, all that down there is the fat that you're burning. Just this little bit up here is non-fat. Okay, that's when you're burning proteins and carbohydrates. Okay? Now when we get into the fat burning zone, all this is the fat that you're burning. And this little section up here is the carbohydrates, the sugars that you're burning off, your blood sugars. Now when we get into the high intensity training, these are the fat calories that you're burning, and all these calories up here are the non-fat calories that you're burning. So looking at this, you're burning the highest percentage of your calories while you're sleeping. The second highest percentage of your calories from fat while you're in the fat burning zone. The lowest percentage of your calories from fat when you're doing high intensity training. But if you take a look at my wonderful artwork here, the fat that you're burning is way higher than the fat that you're burning when you're in the fat burning zone. Add to that all these extra calories that you're burning. So you're getting a ton more calories and more fat burnt along the way. Okay, now bear with me. I'm going to erase the board. Okay, now I know that my artwork isn't the best, so now we're going to throw numbers at you. Let's say that at rest, at complete rest, you're burning, just for round numbers, 50 calories per hour. I hope you can read that. Okay, and this is at rest. Okay, now when we're in the fat burning zone, the FBZ, you're burning, let's say, 100 calories per hour. Now we're going to move into the high intensity zone. Now here, we've really jacked up the intensity. We're up to 300 calories per hour. Again, I'm just throwing out round numbers to make it a little bit easier to do the math for us, because I'm not that great with math, I'll be honest. At rest, let's say we're burning 90% of our calories from fat when we're at rest. So here we've got 90% in a really bad marker that you probably can't read. When you're in the fat burning zone, let's say we've got 50%. And when we're in the high intensity zone, let's say we've only got 35%. Okay, so when we're at rest, let's say we're going to work out for an hour. Okay, again, round numbers. 90% of 50 is 45 calories of fat. Okay, you burn 45 calories of fat doing absolutely nothing. Not a bad deal, right? So now we're going to get into that fat burning zone where we keep the intensity nice and low during our exercise. 50% of 100 is 50 calories of fat. Okay, in my book, the way I look at it, for these extra 5 calories of fat, I'm not going to do it. It's not worth it for me to burn 5 extra fat calories by doing an hour of low intensity exercise. Just doesn't cut it. So now let's look at the high intensity zone. 300, 35%. 35 times 3, 70, 105. I think. Okay, now let's look at it. We've kicked up the intensity. We've more than doubled the calories from fat that we're burning. But wait a minute, I thought we were in the fat burning zone. Well, it's a lower percentage. This is a higher percentage of fat, but it's not the higher number of fat. Okay? So that's what you need to keep in mind, is that we're burning fewer total calories, but a higher percentage of fat. Here we're burning more total calories, a lower percentage, but the number comes out to be much higher. So we've got the 105, and then we've still got 295 calories of the blood sugars that we're burning off. So we're burning a tremendous number more calories here. Now, the numbers work. The math all adds up. So it's not that we can even say, well, I don't believe you, because these are just numbers. They're facts. This is what it is. Now, in the next video, I'm going to show you how this is not just 55 more calories. It's not just 200 more calories total. How it's tremendously more than that when you look at the big picture. So stay tuned for the next video.